Our agricultural economy, a dairy state. We've lived off of dairy for a long time, and we're going to continue to. Continues to be a $70 billion industry in Wisconsin. But go to a dairy farm today, and on the ones that are really going to succeed, you'll see a biodigester out behind the dairy barn. And they're powering that farm now with what comes out of the barn. And if they have enough cows in the barn, they're probably selling some of that back up onto the grid. The biomass production, how to take the waste processes from the food processing or paper processing, both of which are large industries in Wisconsin. The future of those industries depend on being able to take those waste streams that have been a major cost center for these companies for a long time and being able to turn it into a profit center. And innovation and research. To me, again, to brag a little about our state, it's where the major breakthroughs in stem cell research started at the University of Wisconsin. The first stem cell lines were isolated and reproduced. We actually own the patent rights on 9 out of the 11 most heavily used stem cell lines. We have developed a tremendous profile in biomedical research, and it has produced hundreds and hundreds of companies and tens of thousands of jobs. We can do the same and are doing the same in alternative energy and in energy conservation, in helping to take that research and to first fund the research at the universities, where we're putting hundreds of millions of dollars into the research facilities at the University of Wisconsin around energy, but then to spawn the development of those entrepreneurial businesses that come out of that research, taking those great ideas, getting them into the marketplace where they can create good jobs for people in Wisconsin and around the world. So I am watching this political debate go on in the United States, and it's about to it is right now hitting us in Wisconsin. And I sit there and just sort of shake my head and wonder, because I mean, you need only look at the American automobile industry, and we could give many other examples as well. To turn your head the other way on this, to put your head in the sand, in fact, would be a disaster for our state. So as we watch it happen nationally, let me just tell you on a state level, we are in the process right now and moving forward with a very, very broad-based climate change legislation in Wisconsin. It was agreed upon by businesses, by environmentalists, by university, all part of a task force put together. It was sailing along pretty smoothly up until about 4 or 5 weeks ago, when the whole debate in Washington erupted. And now we have seen much of the business community in Wisconsin now start telling everybody that this is the end of the economy as we know it. Again, Premier Charest, alluded to this. The same was said about sulfur dioxide. How could you put a cap and trade system in? It would be the end. And in fact, not only have we put it in, it is in, and people have adjusted to it just fine, and it has served its purpose in dramatically lowering those emissions. So it has happened at the state level. It is happening at the state level because, in fact, as a governor, and I know as premiers, we're sitting there thinking, not sitting there, working hard at what are our people going to do? What kind of jobs are they going to have? What's our economy going to look like? And a state, in my judgment, that does not understand this and get behind it is going to be a state that 10 or 15 or 20 years from now is wondering why all the jobs went in the other direction. The same is true at the national level, and that's why I certainly hope the President is successful. If anybody doubts his commitment, just look at the Recovery Act, the stimulus package, and the amount of funds that are coming to states now that we are able to fund businesses with low-interest loans and grants to help them move towards a lower carbon future. Just last week, I announced the grants, some of it state money, some of it federal money, to 8 of our biggest manufacturers to help them put in change industrial processes, take other steps that were necessary to lower their carbon emissions, and, by the way, to lower their energy costs, which is what has interested them. So I, again, want to thank all of those on the panel who have been great leaders in this, and It is true, I think you have seen it, that at the state level, as we now say, the subnational level, there has been a lot of very, very effective work that has gone on, and we now would like to see that become part of the policy of the federal government of the United States. Thank you.